Alrighty, of course it didn't work. Ooh, I'm going to fight it. I'm going to fight it. Well, that's a fun start. That's a fun start. Good morning. Let me try to get my stream working. I had it working. I don't know why it decided not to. Rude. Yeah, okay. I might need a new cable. It keeps doing this. Hello? Wake up. There we go. Yippee! Alrighty. Well, you know, it wouldn't be one of my streams if it wasn't scuffed from the start. How is everyone? Hi, Flappy. Welcome in. I'm glad Twitch notifications notified you. It doesn't help when I'm unable to, you know, stream some days. That, you know, we forget. Heck, I even forget sometimes. But hi, good morning. Good morning. We're working on lining this page. Obviously, there's not a lot to line. Like, it's a simpler page, but that's okay. I'll take it. I say that, but then sometimes I talk too much, and then I get, like, nothing done. Let's switch up the city pop. I'm looking for something that doesn't have so much lyrics on it. It's nice, I just want the music. Plus I get distracted. I always have. No, this one has lyrics too, doesn't it? Of course it does. Dang. Man. Hold on. Hold on. What can I put on? I guess we're getting jazzed today, guys. Sorry about that. I just know for me, I can't listen to words and like talk at the same time. I start to stress myself out. Okie dokie. Let's get going on this. I know I am behind, well, kind of behind on things, but I also have like a lot of things that are working out, such as technically I've inked up to this page and I've almost colored up to this page because I'm trying to do things in I'm gonna go into chat mode real quick. I swear I'm prepared. No! Dang it! This cord! Hi, Eureka! Oh my goodness, I'm going to fight my iPad cord. Please? Can I have my iPad back? Thank you. I have to, like, look into this cord. How are you? But, yeah. So I feel like I'm behind on things because I'm just impatient, I suppose. But things are going well. Pilot's still going. Hey, Kaz! What's up? Welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, like, things are going well. Last weekend was kind of rough for me. I had gotten some news about a, friend passing the week prior, and I had just heard it then, so that kind of like took a toll on me for the week, and then like, yeah, so that, it sucks. I'm gonna miss him, but that's life for you, right? But again, trying to get thought going, and like, a lot of good things. A lot of good things are happening for Thought. It's just a matter of, I'm busy. I'm so busy. I'm always busy, to no one's surprise. But I'm happy because if you just take like a quick glance, I'm starting to color pages. I'm starting to have pages almost up to this point, fully colored and ready to be posted, but I'm not going to post them until the whole chapter is done, and maybe to where I'm you know, partially have started on the next chapter, because I'd like to be ahead, because I'd like to release these pages one at a time, kind of like a weekly release, to try and buy myself some time to at least give you guys something to enjoy reading, and you know, something that's a little bit healthier for all of us, right? Just clone myself. God, I wish. You know how amazing that would be? Like, well, I said it'd be amazing. It'd be amazing for work. It'd be insufferable for my personality. I'd probably kill myself. In the clone sense, I realized what I said. I would kill my clone. That is what my reiteration is. I would kill my clone. Yeah, I don't think I get along with myself. But yeah. Okay. Oh my god, they're holding hands. Yurixa says, I'm so tired after the party I had yesterday. My legs hurt as, hell. But it was cool. Oh, what kind of party did you have? That sounds awesome. I'm doing much better than I was last weekend. I'm in a much better state. Like I said, I'm starting to get, like, pages inked and colored. We're getting there. We got some progress going. Pilots going pretty decently. Just a lot of things I gotta do after stream in regards to the pilot. I just don't want to go back to my 9 to 5. I just want to be able to draw and work on this thing, but I'm not at that state yet, right? Maybe one day. But Panini voice. Oh yeah. Oh my god, they're on hands. Kaz, thank you so nice to see you again. Oh, my condolences to you. Much love. Yeah. Jack strangling Jack squared. Yes, we'd both be strangling each other, I'm sure. Kaz, why are they holding hands? They married or something? Sure. Sure, they're yeah. They're holding hands. My friend's birthday. I'm proud of you. I hope you'll get to finish it quickly so you can rest. Oh, that's the fun part. I won't rest. I know myself too much, and I'm just gonna keep doing it. I'm just gonna keep working myself into a grave. That's just what I do. So, yeah. No, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the support, though, and I do understand the wanting me to rest. It's just I'm a bit of a workaholic. This is my addiction. Is it the healthiest? No. But I enjoy doing this stuff. It's just trying to do a 9 to 5 with it, along with a couple other jobs. It's tiring. I'm very, I don't remember which one's the tired one. This is the tired one. Yay! I don't use this one as much, but yeah, I'm tired. It's gonna happen. I shouldn't. It's one of those, I don't follow what I preach, and I really should, but I don't. And I think we should all, like, realize this now, is I'm not very good at what I preach. Yay! Yeah, do as I say, not as I do. Absolutely. There we go. Get rest, grr. Thought is all consuming. It is consuming, but I enjoy doing it. No! I'm going to fight! Ooh! I'm going to fight this cable. Why is this cable doing this to me now? Hello? What is happening? Ooh, I'm going to fight it. Okay, everything's fine. We're having a chill time. The chill jazz is on. Ooh, donate to Jax to get a new cable. I can get a new cable. It's just this cable's already new. That's the problem. That's the irritation, is it's already a new cable. It's already freaking new. And I already have to replace it. I hate. I'm gonna sound like a really old person. But I hate how the quality in things has declined immensely. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Is it by Apple? Then that checks out. Oh, it doesn't matter. Like, I could get any cable from anybody, and it just kind of kaputs out. Even my PC cables kaput out. All of them are in bed with each other. All of them are bad. Doesn't really matter at this point. Like, they're all terrible. Like, I hate all these companies. Hey, 44 Games, welcome in. The cable is new and it's new to the job, apparently. Apparently. Goodness. Me over here. Oh, this page will be easy! I haven't drawn anything on it since the last time I opened it. Okay, let's actually draw some. Of course, I gotta, like, fix Rufus's face to make it a little bit more on model. And I have the wrong line width. So, other thing I've kind of come to, I guess the realization making the comic is I'm treating every page, or I was in the beginning, I was treating every page like a promo piece to where I'm like, I gotta put more details in it. I gotta like focus on this and focus on that and focus on this and color this way and shade this way and ink this way and I have so many pages that I would have to do that for. And like, I can't do that. I get nothing done. Like the first few pages I was coloring. Man, I was stressed out. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this comic. I'm so stressed. Because it's trying to figure out CMYK, it's trying to figure out how am I coloring this, figuring out, oh, these things don't work correctly. And I'm one person working on it, minus like the occasional where I reach out to people and say, hey, could you like look over this page and how could I better it? But I'm still like drawing it, I'm inking it, I'm coloring it, I'm doing the lettering, like I'm a one whole team on this. And I realized I can't do that. I can't do that at all. And so like I'm in the process of like, fuck it. We're just gonna do what we can, slap color down, and if it messes up, oopsie poopsie, there's a page, and like kind of just run with it. Like I was trying to give like everybody like individual shading and coloring and and like that's cool on like really cool epic pages. I don't have any really cool epic pages. This is the freaking prequel. They're on the utopian planet. He's in a retirement home feeding the elderly. Like, no. No, it's not gonna, like, that's, no, something has to change. So, I've honestly been cheating, and by cheating, I mean, like, I get the color black and I quickly slap shade on top of people, and then I just change the layer to overlay, and boop, I'm done with shading. Like, yeah, something has to give when you do comics, because that's so many pages I have to do, right? I don't like Rufus sad. That's illegal. Haha! Enjoy my comic. 44 Games. How are you doing? I'm doing much better today. How are you? Sorry for my rant. Hi Pax. Welcome in. Fluffy says, yeah, this isn't a dang publication that will be made for money. You gotta take shortcuts and not burn yourself out. You're not a professional production team. I would love to be. I would love to be able to pay for that, but for now, that's not gonna happen. He's in a old folks home. What a nice young man, helping those old millennials. Why do you hurt me so, Chris? Dragging me down with you. Anyways, Overlay is a wonderful friend. It really is. It was just I couldn't like, oh, I gotta go pull a color for this person. Where's the color, the shade for this green? I don't have time for that. I don't have time for any of that. I think like there's points to where it's like, oh, okay, Rufus has to have this kind of skin tone shade. He has to have this kind of skin tone shade. Otherwise, he just looks weird to me. Fine. I make like little rule exceptions. His hair has to have a certain shade color to it, because when you do like a black overlay on blonde, it doesn't look good. So obviously there's going to be like little things that I do have to change. But on NPCs, I don't care who they are. Sorry, Mr. Johnson. Sorry. You're getting an overlay. I'm sorry, man. Marigold, I love you, but you're gonna have to get one too. Like, we're never gonna see them. Well, that's not true. You're not gonna see them for like a good long while. So like, they're not main characters, right? Doing great. I just woke up. 44 Games says, awesome. I hope you had a good sleep. Flaffy says he's gonna get his Boy Scouts badge for sure this time. It's totally not him missing out on it right now. I present to you Rufus with the highest honor that I can bestow, the himbo badge. Oh, we wish he got the himbo badge. Problem is he doesn't know what a himbo is. But yeah, no, it's been a process. Even in like my pilot, I've had to just be like, well, this has an error on it and that sucks. I'll learn for next time and I have to move on, because like I gotta make sure not to do his old beard. And I have to like move on because I'm like, I've spent almost 6 years on the thing. I need it to go. I need it to hurry up so I can do other things that I think are going to be really cool, and everything has to have a standing point, and I think it's a good standing point, and I have to like tell myself that, right? Because again, it's pancakes. First batch always going to be bad. Doesn't matter how many batches you make, the first batch is always going to be like bad. But I am happy with progress. Things are starting to fall in place after like years of me not seeing anything fall into place. So that's not true. Things were lining up, but like I still had to sit there with my imagination and be like, yeah, this is gonna be amazing. And it's like a couple of lines on a piece of paper. And I'm like, yeah! Like, does that mean there's a bigger himbo than Rufus? Maybe Derek. I think Derek understands danger better than Rufus, but Derek might be equal or bigger himbo than Rufus, maybe. I know he's bigger in size than Rufus, but like, I'll have to ask Jack. Not Jax, I'm Jax, my buddy Jack. I know that's like totally confusing. I'll have to ask him. For those that don't know, I have some OCs that are from like my buddy that allowed me to use them in my story, and like he's the one that kind of came up with Lynn and Harley and Kevin and Derek, and so like he's been great about like lending me these OCs to play with in the world, because originally they were just supposed to be smaller characters, and some of them grew into bigger characters like Lynn. He looks like a neglected hamster. No, my baby. Rufus is me at 8 years old when my mom says no McDonald's. It's so cute. You guys are amazing. Isn't he Lynn's brother? I think I remember him. Yes, Derek is Lynn's brother. Absolutely. So Jack just made Lynn's conglomerate of associates, kinda. But yeah, not super well-known knowledge that Derek is Lynn's brother. That is correct. Other good news. I think no, I didn't say this last time because I didn't have a stream. Um, so we, okay. Chapters are all messed up in my head now because originally, I had to draw it. Originally, we had the pilot, okay? And then I decided I was gonna do a comic. So, which is this comic, which is the prequel, okay? So, it was gonna be, and then we had chapter 1 planned. Because I was like, oh, I'm gonna animate chapter 1. Yeah, that didn't happen because that would be way too expensive for what I want to do in chapter 1. So anyways, I was like, oh, okay, so this is comic chapter 0. This will be still chapter 1, and we're just gonna keep calling this the pilot in comic form. And then me trying to explain this to people and our number system, it kept getting all fun trying to explain it. So I was like, okay, cool. So this is chapter 0, this is chapter 1, and this is now chapter 2. Except I'm still here in mentality. So all of the other future chapters that we have written are like, I don't know where we are. I don't know where we are, guys. I'm lost. I'm lost here. Anyways, so we're finishing this one. This one should be a quicker, because this is the pilot. I will just redraw what happens in the pilot in the comic. Should be a lot faster than what I was doing here. This is now this. We just finished chapter 3. We just finished writing chapter 3. We are now starting to write chapter 4. Chapter 3 also was an additional chapter that was not in the original outline, but we thought it was important. Okay, everybody understand this? Good. This is going to be on the test. All right, everybody. Now we're moving on to the lore of... I don't know, Sirwasa? Okay, cool. Everybody, take out your number 2 pencils. And Scantrons. Let's see. So Rufus has to eat Derek to be the ultimate himbo. No, don't eat Derek. Rufus couldn't do that. He would be so sad. I see the pilot as a proof of concept for animation. Yes, the pilot is a proof of concept, but it is still part of the story. Probably would have been easier if it was just a proof of concept, but like, I figured. And plus, taking the poll, it was kind of requested that the pilot be included in the comics, so we're just kind of doing that and moving on. Is that number 2 lead in that pencil, Miss Kaz? Miss Kaz, is that number 2 lead in that pencil? Teacher, I ate my number 2 pencil. Well, that just sounds like you're gonna have to ask your neighbors around you for a number 2 pencil. God, I'm like saying everything that I hated teachers telling me in the tone that I hated them telling me this crap. I was not a good student. I was a good student. And then the teachers pushed me, and then I stopped being a good student. Sorry. Hey, Sonia! Hi, welcome in over on YouTube. Everybody over on Twitch say hi to Sonia. I think they're the only ones over there right now, but welcome, welcome. We see you and we say hello. Also, there is a pop quiz, Sonia. You were late to class. We're gonna need you to sit down and start to take the quiz over the chapter layout of the Heroes of Tomorrow. All right, everybody. Yeah, all hi to Sonia. Okay. Maybe one day I'll get like my little Sona with like glasses and a teacher mode. Oh, the comic can be multimedia. Especially if Thought has its own website, you have small animated scenes and music for particular pages. That is absolutely in the plans right now, and the website is under construction right now. I am having that, I've already paid for part of it, but right now it is in the concept stage. It will not be available for some time since we are still kind of going over how we want it to work and lay out. But that is the intention, is to eventually have small animated scenes and music for the particular pages. Hey, Gooby Cube, how are you? It's good to see you. Welcome in, welcome in. We are all just kind of chilling and vibing. Kaz and I have seen her refs for the website. It's gonna look dope. Oh, that's a different website too. No. You saw the other one. Never mind. I lied. You did see it. I'm silly. I was thinking of the other website that I am beta testing right now. But that is not my website, but it's a comic hosting site I'm trying to work with. I had a teacher that would do that to only me, and she stopped when I called her a bitch. And that was my first detention. Ew. Like, yeah, no, I hated that. Like, where they would just kind of sit on you. Ugh, it's so annoying. Yuriksa says, is Derek as bad as Lynn? No, not really. Derek, I want to say, isn't, like, completely a good guy. He's made a lot of mistakes, but he is doing what he can to be a better person. So, in my eyes, yes, he is a good person. He is not bad like Lynn. But in the eyes of society, he is not a good person, right? Mistakes are made, and he is trying to own up for it. I love your software project, Thought. My software project. Okay, we're gonna get out the Windows 95. That's awesome. Hey, Mary! Over on YouTube. Everybody say hi, Mary, and hi, YouTube. How are you? Man, everybody's popping out today. This is awesome. But it was so cool to have the it would be so cool to have the horror scenes be animated. That is kind of the initial plan, is we'll have occasional horror scenes planned, and then obviously if I can get more money from more readers and people invested in it and engaged in it, then obviously we would be able to pay for like cooler things and like more hype things, etc., etc. Because animations would be simple at first, and then animations become more complicated depending on like the money that we could pull in. So it's we'll see how the engagement goes. If people are really into it, then yeah, we'll go over the top. If people are just kind of slightly into it, okay, we'll do a simpler thing. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, no, have some music planned, not musical numbers. We are not a musical. We are not a musical. There's nothing wrong with musicals, but we are not a musical. There may be a singing thing, but it's Yoko, and that's okay, but we are not a musical. Please, please, please. We are not a musical. Okay. Let's see. Yuriksa says, I remember when I tried to riz my science teacher. How did you try to riz your science teacher? Bye. What? You get back here. You can't say that. Gooby Cube, same. Lol, good for Derek. Yeah, good for Derek. Oh, Derek, we love a character looking for redemption. Absolutely. What do you use to draw? Clip Studio? So I am not well versed in Clip Studio. I use Procreate. I have really loved this program, learned a lot of tricks in it. It would have been better if I had learned Clip Studio, because I didn't realize Clip Studio was could be vector based, which would have been great, because then I wouldn't have these crunchy lines that I have here. But it's so comfy and cozy for me to use Procreate that I just keep using it. Now, it's not to say one day I don't eventually transition over, but for now, I'm not as stressed about it. I'm not, because it's a matter of, I just wanted this comic to get out. I want you guys to be able to read something, have something to enjoy, and we just get these things out, right? I don't want to have to go teach myself a whole nother program for many, many years trying to figure out which brushes I like, because I've got it down kind of to a T on what brushes I like to use and how the coloring goes in here. So, like, I just don't want to relearn all that stuff right now. Fluffy says, thought getting hit with the Steven Universe beam. Don't. No. No. Because then I'm gonna get, like, it's already bad enough Rufus is gonna be like, the power of friendship can, like, if we just tell Glitch that, like, friendship, like, no, there's some people that are just bad. Like, unfortunately, there's some people you cannot save, and they will drown you if you Steven Universe has a lot of great points, and it has a lot of, like, great moments in it, but I don't believe everyone can be saved. Right? Okay, that's my little soapbox. No Thought the musical? No, okay. If you guys could go to YouTube and you can look up Batman Beyond, Batman musical, Terry takes Bruce Wayne to Batman the musical, and Terry is telling Bruce, oh man, this is totally shway, which is like awesome or whatever in their freaking futuristic language, and Bruce is sitting there grumpy and goes, this is Schwarbage. That is me. I am Bruce in that moment, and I like musicals. But I don't think everything needs to be a musical, especially Thought the musical. That would be me. That Bruce Wayne is me. Go, like, take that image and, like, slap my little face on it, and just this face, slap this face on it of the Schwarbage. Like, no. Okay. Oh my god, everybody's so talkative today. This is awesome. I'm not gonna get any drawing done. This is awesome. You're excited. No, is Thought a musical? I don't think I heard you. Ooh. You guys, you really like to push me. The power of friendship in a horror show is a great contrast. Yeah, I know, that's what Rufus is. He is the contrast. Chris says, Rufus, Glitch, have you considered changing your mind? Yeah, we have moments like that. Rufus opens his mouth to sing, both Sai and Yuji cover his mouth. Yes, 100%. I don't think he can sing either. Sai, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy, Rufus. Hi, Rhea. Welcome in. Glitch can change. Absolutely. You got it. Rufus, I can fix him. Oh my god, I can't. You're right, but I can't. I think Rufus should have a Steven level crash out, though. Possibly. It honestly just kind of depends on the situation, right? Because if I just had him randomly crash out, it wouldn't work. Not that I could fix him. The power of friendship sparkles, Rhea says over on YouTube. You guys are killing me. One of my biggest gripes is I've gone on this tangent before, but one of my biggest gripes is the misuse of the word villain. Is a lot of people are like, oh my god, I love this villain in his redemption arc. In the definition that I understand, a villain is someone who has nothing left to lose, and a bad guy is somebody who has something left to lose or something that they can gain. And a bad guy can turn into a villain, or they can turn into an anti-hero, depending on, like, redemption and goals and such, right? I think, like, bad guys can be redeemed. I don't believe villains can be redeemed because their whole thing is they have nothing left to lose and everything to gain, right? So it's kind of that weird concept. So when people are like, oh, I love this villain being redeemed, it's always weird to be hearing that. Let's see. What if Glitch just wants a friend? I swear to God. He crashes out over his favorite show getting canceled. Yes, that is his villain arc. His, what show would he watch? My brain was like, He-Man! I don't know if he would watch He-Man. He would. He would dress up as He-Man. He just has trouble expressing it. What if the real Sirwas is just the friends we made along the way? Exactly, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, you're killing me, guys. I can't draw. This is supposed to be an easy page. It's so funny. All of you are so funny. But yeah. No, very excited to get the stuff going. Because again, this chapter and the pilot chapter and the pilot itself, animation itself, are not like, oh my god, this is where the horror starts. But honestly, you kind of want to like establish characters and get people invested in characters. Because there's nothing worse than being like, this is your hero. Oh no, here's a monster hand about to grab him. Oh no. And it's like, you don't even know anything about him. So you're like, why should I care? It's like, well, he's the hero. And it's like, okay, I haven't seen him do anything besides trying to feed Mr. Johnson. Why should I care, right? Okay, let's see. Oh my god. Sonia over on YouTube says, I wonder when you started working on the project. I technically started working on it in 2019 in June. Because I was over at my grandmother's. My grandmother had just recently broken her hip, and I was taking a break from college. And so I went to go and take care of her that summer, and I had a capstone project coming up the next semester because I was going to be graduating in 2020. So I had a capstone project to where they were like, you need to have something animated, show a process, blah, 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 blah. And they were talking like a small sequence. It was kind of like set up an animation and just kind of record how you would do it, more paper kind of thing than actually having the animation out. We got a trailer out by like the end of 2020. But everything kind of got redone for that pilot. But it started in 2019 when I was trying to come up with a concept for the thing, and I grew more and more attached to what was supposed to be like a small thing that would have been shorts, and I turned it into like a full series because I didn't want to lose these characters. Definitely inspired and ripped off of Stan the Waterman by Markiplier because he abandoned those characters, and I was like, no, I will save them. I love this dynamic. And then the characters became themselves. So that's all good. Let's see. Mary over on YouTube says, hey Jax, do you think Candy would be more of a girl or a boy mom? That's tough. I think she would be both. I know she would definitely prefer to have like a girl to like dress up and like do girly things with, but like she could have a boy as well and be fine with it, you know? It's just, you know, boys as kids are little troublemakers sometimes, so that would be funny. But she already has to like babysit Sai, so like she may not be as keen on that since she has to deal with Sai's antics, right? Okay, and that's when everyone slowly turns their heads towards him. Yeah, on the What If Sarah Wassa was just the friends we made along the way. Absolutely. Gonna have those dance parties at the end of the movie. Oh, for sure, we're gonna have the DreamWorks Dance for Thought, except it's just Yoko twerking. Rhea over on YouTube says, what if Glitch needs a pet? so he's not lonely anymore. He has pets, and they're the cutest little things. They're called meat puppets. They're so adorable and hungry, rambunctious little guys. Glitch has plenty of pets. He likes adopting them. It's great. Fluffy says, we did it. We saved Sirawasa. Hit it, Yoko. Absolutely. And Yuji is the person that doesn't want to dance, but then she pulls out, oh, who am I trying to lie to? Oh, she's gonna do the goth dance. Yeah, she would do the goth dance. It's great. Pax, come on, Sai. I don't dance. Taps his foot to the beat. Wait, what's happening, headbutt? He's gonna try breakdancing and he's gonna break his neck. Yoko twerking, you say. Absolutely, Chris, 100%. Flaffy, no, bad. Yuriksa, don't let Mukta and Candy have kids. We can't let the Liu brothers' genetics spread. Rhea says, how did Yuji get to Rufus? You're gonna have to wait to see that in the story. Mr. Velocity, hey Jax, long time, finally able to catch a stream. Hey, what's up? How are you? Thanks for coming by. Just kind of trying to draw, but like talking to both chats, and it's going pretty great. This is all I've had to draw, and I haven't done a lot because I'm talking to everybody, but hi, welcome in. Flavia says, hey, at least the kids would be pretty. Yeah, pretty spoiled. No, I don't think Candy would let them be spoiled. And stupid, yeah. Aw, I think they would be smart. Like, you got Candy genetics in there, right? Mukta would spoil them to the limit. Pretty much, because he doesn't want to deal with them. He would not be a good dad, unfortunately. Rhea says, because she can't just spawn in out of nowhere. Right. You gotta read the story to figure out how she shows up. Mukta, nah, he hates kids. Mukta the parent would be arguing with the coach at the Little League game. I think Candy would honestly be more the one arguing at the Little League game. Mukta would not like being there because of the smell and the dirt, and he would be the type to like put down like his handkerchief on the bleachers because he doesn't want to sit on the bleachers. Glad to hear. Glad to see things continuing. Been slammed myself, but always loved your post, homie. Keep up the amazing work. You're gonna lurk for now. Hey, lurking is always welcome. Thanks for coming in. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well and staying busy. You have ketos. Get out of my sight. Absolutely, Yuriksa. Ray is asking, where can I find the story? The story is not up yet. I am still working on it. So like I said, you're just gonna have to kind of wait for it. I am still having the pilot being worked on, and as you can see right now, I am still drawing the pages and inking them and coloring them. I'm kind of a one-person job on the comic itself, and I have a 9-to-5 job, so along with some other tasks that I have to take care of weekly, so it's I do what I can. It will be out eventually, just kind of keep an eye on the social media, it will let you know. But like the website's in progress, the animation is in progress, the comic is in progress, it's all in progress, so it's just a matter of we're just kind of hanging in here, chilling, and you guys help me work every time. Boop. Fluffy. No, Yuji did spawn. Jax be like, command/spawn Yuji, and she popped up by Rufus. Flaffy. Stop. Rhea says, did you know there's going to be a Call of Duty movie coming in 2028? Awesome. War movies, war games are not for me, but I'm sure there's an audience that will be love to see that. Fluffy says, and Rufus just tucked her under his arm and went home. Absolutely. Sonia says, hey Jax, your name sounds like Jax from the Amazing Digital Circus. Uh-huh. You know, okay, so I've had the name Jax for a very long time, and for the longest time, most people didn't have the name Jax until, you know, the Amazing Digital Circus came out. Then everybody started having the name Jax, but like I had the name Jax for a long time, and like the only thing that I was associated with was Mortal Kombat Jax, because that Jax came before my name. Awesome. Then, not thinking about it, I was redesigning my Sona, and I was like, oh yeah, we have more like pinks and blue lights. If you mix those, that'll be kind of purpley. And I made my purple bat. Not remembering that the Amazing Digital Circus was a purple rabbit, so. I did this to myself. But yeah, no, I do get that comparison a lot. A lot of people do tell me that, and neat. That was not what I was inspired by. I've had the name Jax for a very long time, and I picked purple because I figured it was a mixture of pink and blues, which is what a lot of my series is based in, and I wanted to have that neon flair to it. And I picked a bat because usually for animal sonas that I've gone by in the past is either a bat, because I used to have insomnia and they're kind of a very gothic-esque animal, or a raccoon. But I decided not to go with a raccoon when going with the Sona. Because my friend Chris, who is in chat, I don't know if he's in here, he had gotten an adoptable that was kind of like this little pumpkin batty-like creature, and that kind of helped solidify the design of what I wanted to do for my Sona. So, yeah, that's just a little history about me. That's Chris! That's him! Don't get him. Be nice to Chris. Be nice to Chris. I'm looking at you, Flaffy. And Pax. Looking at you two. Don't do it. Be nice. But yeah. So I kind of went with the little bat Sona. I think it fits me a lot better. I have the pumpkin one that's being worked on that's kind of in the same style as we have here. But the pumpkin's going to be a lot more for Halloween, since I do still like that outfit. But I needed a more cyberpunk one since, you know, my story's set more in a sci-fi setting, right? Yes, Pax, I have had you and Flaffy attack Chris before. Jax is better than the rabbit. Jax is literally a Mortal Kombat character and better. Jax from Mortal Kombat is awesome. Like, he's got like 2 robot arms. Love it. I love his work in Winnie the Pooh. Butter's voice? Wait. Why are we talking about Jim Cummings? I love his work in Winnie the Pooh. What? Wake Up Samurai, we have an indie to support. Oh, I wish. But I have to have things come out before I can have you guys, like, fully... Like, you guys are supporting. A lot of you guys are supporting, and I appreciate it. But, like, I gotta, like, have more things come out, right? What? 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 I don't understand. What? You said... I love his work in Winnie the Pooh. Isn't that Jim Cummings? Like, I don't... Oh. Yeah. Okay, I get the joke now. Shit. Look, I swear I'm smarter than... I deserve that. I deserve the splat. I deserve the tomato. Damn. Okay, yeah. If you're on Twitch, exclamation point splat, throw your tomatoes in. I deserve that one. I thought it meant the voice actor. I did think Christopher Robin. Damn. Look, I said I take parts of myself from my characters. That includes my dumb-dumbness for doofus. Rhea over at YouTube says, "Hi, Chris." Oh my god. Fun fact, Jim Cummings and I share the same birthday. Other fun fact, Godzilla and I share the same birthday. That's all. We all have a little doofus inside, absolutely. Why is my background glitching? Is it? It's okay, it's Jax's first time living too, you know? Kinda. This is my first time living this life. So you're right. You're right. What background is glitching? Are you talking about my faceplate? Yeah, I'm busted. I'm like a prototype. I'm busted. But if you mean like the background, the city background, it shouldn't be glitching. Looks good on my end. Interesting. I hate that I gave Mr. Johnson and Jim the same haircut. It makes me laugh. Going, yes, I went old white man. And I gave them both the Friar Monk haircut. You share a birthday with Alfred Hitchcock. Neat. Yeah, chat, whose birthday do you share your birthday with? I think that's a fun question. I'm not looking for years. I'm looking just for, like, who do you, what celebrity or famous person do you share your birthday with? I think that's a fun one. Mukto, wow, Albert Wesker is so hot. He's my bi-awakening. Let's steal his personality. Mukto, be inspired by Wesker is my Roman Empire. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those, I've always loved Wesker, and I had a Sona a long time ago that was pretty much a Wesker ripoff, and he was kind of in the older story that I had with where Cy and Rufus used to be called Weston and Julian, and when I kind of changed the character, scrapped the story, and changed names and changed personalities and all that, that character kind of got set to the side, and I didn't think about him until, like, I went, oh, we need to have, like, an antagonist that's on the rich side. What would it be? And that's how it kind of developed into, oh, he'd actually be related to Cy, be his brother. And then I started, like, being like, okay, well, I need this character to be an asshole and opposite of Cy. Well, crap, Cy's an asshole. What's a different kind of asshole? And, yeah, he kind of came out as a little bit of a fruitier Wesker, and I'm not saying Wesker's not fruity, but he kind of came out as a little bit fruitier than Wesker. Let's see. I share one with a wrestler. Pax says, nice, with Harry Potter. Boo! Like, cool, that's a fictional character, but boo for all the stupid stuff that goes with that. Rhea, I don't know. No worries. Mr. Velocity says, I share mine with Tom Felton. Nice. Flaffy says, my condolences. I'm guessing to the Harry Potter? Yeah. I'm sure there's, like, other people. I'm sure there's, like, other people, fictional or real people, that you share a birthday with that is better, right? Fruity what? He is! Like, Mukta is a little bit fruitier. Like, he is a bi man. Like, if you've seen the Christmas comic, you cannot tell me he's not. Like, the way he's showboating on stage. And that's Levi's fault. And I adore Levi for it. That is absolutely his voice actor's fault. Because that's not originally what I wanted for Mukta, but I really loved how it came out. So, like, that is completely Levi's fault, and I adore that man. I can't wait to work with him again. Not the fruity! Don Chieto has the same B-day as me, Rhea says. Nice. Mukta is comfortably bi and Sai is painfully straight. He is straight. He's like, I'm so straight that every woman, and I mean every woman, I'm into. It's like, we get it. He's a twink bi. I don't know if you can call... I don't know if you can call Mukta a twink. I think he's more like a twunk, because he actually has muscles to him. He's not just a stick. He actually does work out and have muscles to himself, but you can't really tell with his outfit. Is he as ripped as Rufus and Blythe and Derek and Reggie? And no, absolutely not. But he does have muscles to him. He does have some core strength to him. So he would definitely be a twunk. Mary says, does Yuji have any male friends, or does she prefer to hang out with girls, Ripley, Laura, and Sydney? So, Yuji doesn't exactly have any kind of friends. Like, even Ripley, Laura, and Sydney, who later become her love interest, in the very beginning, she really doesn't have friends. She tries making friends with anyone she can. And a lot of people just kind of see her as the weird girl. And a lot of people just don't kind of interact with her. So kind of at first, she doesn't really have a lot of friends. Eventually, she does become friends with Ripley first. And eventually meets Laura and Sydney along the way. She does become friends with, like, some other kids. Like, some of them are boys, some of them are girls, but, like, they're not as heavy into the characteristics and everything, because she's also nervous to make friends because she never grew up having friends, so she doesn't really understand how to do it, and kind of have to thank Rufus for trying to push her to talk to other kids. And I mean, it's not to say she didn't try beforehand, before meeting him, but, like, as it kind of goes further into it, she kind of, like, she kind of gets scared about it, nervous about it, because, like, it didn't work out, so why should she try again? And Rufus like, no, you should try. And like, it's kind of sad coming from Rufus, who couldn't keep friends either, but he knows how sad and lonely that is, and he doesn't want her to go through it, which I think is really sweet. And I mean, she does become friends with like Rufus and Sai and Yoko, but again, that's like different, right? That's like family friends. Let's see. The Liu brothers are called twinks as insults, for sure. Nai, Jax, have you ever watched or seen the fandom about Murder Drones? I have watched Murder Drones. I think it's a good kids horror series. It has some cool elements in it. I still don't... Oh, god damn it, the cable! Ah! Here we go, here we go. I'm gonna fight it. Please. Hello? There we go. Okay. I think it is good. It's a good kind of kid entry into horror. Has some great elements to it. I don't understand the dinosaurs. Suddenly. The robo-dinosaurs don't understand and got a little convoluted in parts. But I think it's a good gateway into horror if you were not into horror. I think it's a good little thing. It's kind of the same thing of like the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. Are they scary? Not really, but I think they're a great way for young audiences or people that are not super into horror but want to try getting into horror without traumatizing themselves. I think it's a great way to get into that. He gets offended when someone calls him a twink, for sure. They both do. Mr. Velocity says, do you have a favorite character? Yoko, a baddie. The baddie is mine. Ow, everybody fights over Yoko. I have different favorite characters in the series just because, like, they all have, like, different reasons for being my favorite. But, like, I can't say, like, favorite. I really do like Reggie. I think Reggie's a great character, but, like, each character has, like, being a favorite for many, many different reasons. And I think that's, like, what I love about my story. Ripley pointing at Yuji, I'm keeping her around. Yeah, no, Ripley is kind of bored by life and annoyed by life, so, like, seeing, like, Yuji, who's kind of in her same social circle and everything, Ripley's one of the few people who approaches Yuji, and Yuji doesn't approach them, for becoming friends. It's the twinks, we are twinks, I'm suing you. Okay, caught up in messages. But yeah, now I'm excited to be getting to those parts. It's just always a tough part. You gotta draw through some of the not as exciting parts to get to the really fun parts, right? But that's okay. You gotta build a foundation before you can play. Why? But when working on the comic, I have to do it in batches. Just because I don't enjoy coloring. It's not one of my favorite parts of the process, especially in CMYK. Not my favorite. I don't like coloring in CMYK. I think it looks so muted and ugly, but it's good for printing. But, like, I am trying to do the stuff in batches to where I have everything sketched out because the sketching, I think, was the hardest part for me to try and realize what I wanted to do for this comic, and how to approach it, and to kind of get over my fear of making comics on my own. And so, like, I got all the sketches done because I wanted to make sure it doesn't read. I didn't want to, like, ink and color and commit to things if it didn't read well, right? And so after that stuff got kind of proofread and adjusted on some parts, I was like, neat, I want to, start inking it now. And I started inking it, and I came to the realization that if I go through and I ink all 105 pages of the prequel comic, I'm going to have to color all 105 pages afterwards, and it's going to be a slog, and I won't want to do it, and it's going to be a pain. So I've tried breaking it up to where it's like every 10 pages. Once I ink 10 pages, I have to color the 10 pages. Then I can ink the next 10 pages, then I can color the next 10 pages, etc., etc. But it keeps it to where I'm not getting bored. And luckily, coloring is a kind of a faster process on Procreate, but I still don't enjoy doing it. Yurixa says, I'm still thinking about the theory about Mukta not being close with people doing sex that someone said on Discord. Yeah, he's generally not... He doesn't exactly... He's in the gray romantic category, which is kind of what I'm in. Of, you can have relations with people, but you just don't feel that being in love connection. And it's not saying that, like, he can't feel it at all. It's just it kind of feels like you're looking for a partner, like a business partner, more than like, this is the one, this is my soulmate, I'm in love with them. It's a weird kind of feeling. And that's what I have as a gray romantic. And I kind of gave him some of that too. However, he doesn't treat it right. But again, that's kind of going into the saying that there's some people that feel it different and behave with it different. And it's not saying that, like, his way is completely wrong, but sometimes he kind of views people in the wrong way because of it. So yeah. Let's see. Flavia says, I love comic making. You say through a clenched jaw as you color. Yeah, I'm that child that's like coloring with the marker and like gritting their teeth smiling. Me. Skull emoji, that was me. Well, I love you for this. I love making theories, man. I like having reasons, how characters act, and I know there doesn't have to be a reason, but I like it, especially for mundane things that aren't a part of the story. Yurixa, I won't kiss you. I don't have glasses. I can't see where your lips are. That's funny. I love that I I always underestimate. I always underestimate what I am going to like do. Be like, yeah, this page, I'll be done, and I can start the next one. And then I forget you guys are funny and distracting. Do you know what Undertale is? I do. I used to cosplay as Sans when it first came out a very, very long time ago. Me and my friend used to cosplay as Sans and Papyrus. Flaffy says, Mukta, you're more pleasant to deal with when I have my glasses off. I think his thing would be like, it would be more pleasant to deal with you if I was deaf. I am so sorry. We are so funny today. It's fine. I enjoy it. I love having the company. I think it's really fun. Because I would have just been sitting in my living room doing the same thing. Consistency is tough. Because there were some pages to where, like, it was a tablecloth, and then other pages where it's like, nah, and I should have gone with the tablecloths. I should have stuck with the tablecloths, but we didn't. And now I have to draw, like, legs and feet and the full wheelchair. I don't know why I cut it off. I don't know why I cut the wheel off, because there is no tablecloth. The tablecloth doesn't exist. Guys, look, my art's done. I did this to myself. I always have to overcomplicate things, but now I have to, like, draw their feet. Le sigh, le boohoo. Rufus is the emotional support himbo. He really is, especially when you have, like, the other three involved, and he's constantly in there trying to help them, especially Yuji. Because, again, he knows what it's like to grow up and be the lonely child that just wanted to be friends with people, and people didn't want to give him a chance. So he doesn't want her to have that. With Sai's, like, anger and everything, and, like, the anger towards family. Rufus is like, well, you know, I was close to my family, and I know how important family can be, and I can see that, like, you do care about your family, not understanding that, like, families are different. Not saying friendship's different, but, like, not everything can be fixed. Not everything can be just magically remedied, right? But he hopes. Girl says one wrong thing that might get a weird look and she's climbing out the window. Oh, hold on. Rufus, okay, what's the first thing you do when you go out with friends? Usually look for every viable escape or exit to get a quick escape. Yeah, she does have a lot of that anxiety of like, oh no, I said something weird and they're all staring at me. But she's not the type to be where she needs to change herself, but she does have like those moments where you think maybe I should change things about myself, but it's kind of a weird complication. Like it's easier when I have like it written down, like her saying things than I guess me trying to like explain it, right? But okay, no emails. That's okay. Oh yeah, the frustration of why can't I be normal? Very much a mood. Yeah. Just the frustration of I want to be normal, but she's never known what normal is a day in her life. Because if you look at her whole life, nothing about it is normal. So she is kind of stuck in that, what is the societal norms and why can I not do it? But then hearing the societal norms, she doesn't like it, right? Bruh, she's so relatable. Well, I think she's, I know she's very much based off of, like, my own childhood and, like, feels and the conflict of puberty and goth and trying to fit in, not fitting in, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong, and then realizing your circumstances are not normal. So, yeah. Music, where'd you go? I know it's been an hour. I've got another 30 minutes. Where did you go? I demand my music. Sonia says it's very interesting to know which app you're using to draw. Yeah. I like using Procreate. It's generally a very helpful program. It's been good to me. When I did the other comic, we used to all use a program called Art Rage. And that was because Art Rage was, it was one of the few affordable programs that we could all have on our computer. Because none of us really had an iPad or tablet or any of those things. And so we all had Art Rage. Not a great program. Not fun, boring, tedious, a lot of issues. Didn't like drawing on it. But it was one of the few affordable programs that, you know, I bought all of us to work on the last comic. Well, since I'm the one that's mainly doing this comic, I can do it all in Procreate, and it's really nice because I get to just kind of do it all and not have to stress about the program trying to fight it or corrupt it or just anything. Fluffy says, yeah, and then I can finally get back to work. Yeah! Mr. Velocity says, I'm gonna head out and take a break. Y'all's background noise helped me while I work on my show Bible, but I need a nap. Go take a nap. Have a good one. Jax is holding me hostage with streams. How am I holding you hostage? What do you mean? What do you mean I'm holding you hostage? What do you mean? I haven't done anything. I'm over here drawing. What do you... Flaffy, you can't just gaslight people into thinking I'm holding you hostage. You can turn off the stream at any time you want. Because I cannot multitask. Neither can I. And I'm over here streaming. You've seen me draw like the same 3 lines over and over. I'm hardly... I should have been done. I should have already been done with this. But I decided to stream and entertain and I'm not good at multitasking either. So then why are you saying oh, she's got me hostage. Poor me. I'm tied up in the basement. Flaffy. You can't do this, man. Oh, Of course. Why not, Cable? Why not? You do you. Yes, stinking Cable. I am a victim in every situation. Okay. All right, man. Flaffy, who hurt you? Your silly characters hurt me because I just want to tell them it's okay, and I keep thinking about sad things with them. Yeah. I mean, me too. Hi, XD. Welcome in. I am just drawing. God, I am going to fight this cable. Ooh. Why is it so temperamental? Hello? Cable, please? That's so annoying. Anyways, let's see. Like, thank you for making them so relatable, but why? Flappy says over on Twitch. I don't know, because that's just how I do. I can't keep looking at myself in the mirror. Yeah, well, I had to look at myself all the time, so I guess I just had to, like, slap that mirror up for other people. XD over on YouTube says, I love your show and your art. Oh, thank you. We're still working really hard on the series, trying to get it up off the ground and going, and it will be a comic after the pilot, but we're still working on it, so thank you so much for the support. I really, really do appreciate it. Having lots of fun with it. It's one of those, I'm excited about things to come in the future, but I have to like lay down all the foundation before I can do any of that. Sigh. Not that sigh, different sigh. It was the S-I-G-H. Heh. Can't even make sigh jokes anymore because they just turn into him. It's all good though. And then eventually, once like each chapter is done, get the crew together and do a comic dub for it. I think it'd be really fun. I do have to leave early because I'm getting a headache. Yeah, you go drink lots of water and take care of yourself. We're only going to be live for about 9 more minutes anyways. But thanks for hanging out. Go get some rest. And good luck on your apartment. Hey, I can't type psychology without Psy coming up in my autofill. That's really funny. Oopsie. Grr. I know that tone. Don't judge me. I do not like Psy. Alright. I'm just saying, if it comes up that often, you go take care of yourself. We can banter later. the messages suddenly. All right, back to it for 7 more minutes. I did not sleep well last night. That's okay. I'll just be sure to get some rest tonight. I lied to myself. It is what I do, I suppose. I don't know what I did there. Or what I was trying to do there. Oh. In this... Oh, I think I was trying to draw the table stand before. I don't know. It is peculiar. And now it's gone. Simple as that, right? Alrighty. Okay, so that's gonna be my stopping point for the day. It was really nice to see everyone today. I wasn't expecting as many people to drop in as you did, but it was really, really nice. Um, yeah, we will pick back up on Tuesday. Either I will continue working on the character turnarounds, or we'll continue working on these comic pages. I think you guys seem to like the turnarounds, but I'm not sure on that, but we will see how that goes. But yeah, no, it was really nice for a lot of you to stick around as long as you did. And for, you know, seeing some new faces, some old faces. Really good time. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend and a great start to your week. I will catch you guys on Tuesday.